This presentation of the 2020 annual report is part of our long-standing tradition in Downers Grove, designed to highlight the achievements of the past year. We've all experienced significant challenges in 2020, and I know we're all excited to move forward in 2021 and beyond. You may recall that 2019 saw your village council dedicate a lot of time and effort to village facilities. As a group, we were as determined as ever to make progress, and on March 10th, we discussed our facilities planning yet again. This time we appeared to have a united council moving forward on an ambitious project which would improve and serve our community for a long time to come in an innovative and environmentally and fiscally responsible way. March, however, took a sharp turn and ended with COVID hitting home and changing things for all of us. So as a new year begins, this is our opportunity to touch on the achievements and results that positively affected our community in 2020. It's a worthwhile endeavor to reflect on the good work which was done that benefits us all, and in those positive moments lie keys to making future efforts successful. This good work we'll touch on this evening was made possible by dedicated efforts of a significant team comprised of the Village Council, staff, stakeholder partnerships, volunteer board and commission members, and you, Downers Grove residents. Again and again, we've seen our best comes when we work together, and 2020, despite COVID, proved this to be the truth once again. Early in the pandemic, a Stay Home, Save Lives campaign was launched as the village worked with the DuPage County Health Department, Illinois Department of Public Health, and the CDC to encourage best practices to minimize the spread of COVID. Around the same time, village council members created a series of short videos encouraging residents to follow the state's guidance. Throughout the pandemic, the village has had our own Pierce Downer promoting the wearing of masks through our We're in This Together messaging. And in July, the village kicked off a Show You Know the 3 W's poster contest to raise awareness and remind us all of the importance of personal decisions to reduce the spread of COVID. As the pandemic continues, those personal choices remain important. And I want to again offer a special thank you to the families who made posters to help remind us all of good choices. Like residents and businesses, nearly every step the village took last year was one that included uncertain adjustments, and everyone on your village team remained committed to service delivery despite the many challenges. We quickly expanded our remote and contactless services, making it easier and safer for both residents and staff to access village service. Online opportunities to make payments and submit plans were enhanced. Most types of inspections were conducted remotely using video conferencing, and the village launched a fire safety inspection program. Modifications were made to temporary use permit reviews to allow for efforts in compliance with the governor's orders. Adjustments were also made to school crossing guard operations to meet the modified schedules of our local schools. Unplanned change can be tough, but Downers Grove took 2020 as an opportunity, and many of the innovations demanded by COVID may end up serving us well for time to come. No segment of the economy was hit harder than hospitality, and hospitality is a big part of our local economy. Hotels and restaurants in particular felt the brunt of the effects of social distancing. Your village worked with local restaurants to find ways to safely comply with the Restore Illinois plan, including increased use of public spaces, temporary signage allowances, fee-free permitting, and expanded downtown 15-minute parking spaces to help facilitate the all-important curbside delivery demands of restaurants and retail alike. In addition, liquor license regulations were modified to allow restaurants to sell drinks along with pickup meals. And together with our partners at the Downers Grove Economic Development Corporation, we launched the Take Home for the Holidays campaign on Facebook, which proved to be a successful effort as we raised awareness of the importance of not dining in, while also encouraging residents to patronize our local restaurants through takeout orders. COVID or no COVID, the importance of fire prevention and safety remains a top priority. In 2020, the village observed Fire Prevention Week virtually with a series of 7 information-packed videos. And while it's always more fun to get together with friends, learn some things about fire safety, and see our gear live, these videos extended that opportunity for residents and their families to focus on fire safety beyond Fire Prevention Week. The videos covering fire extinguishers, exit drills, kitchen safety, home sleeping safety, and fire department equipment have been viewed over 750 times and remain available via YouTube for residents, schools, and businesses alike. The annual holiday tree lighting ceremony also took place, this time online. But while the lighting was virtual, I'm happy to report the tree ornaments were as real as ever. In an effort to find some normalcy in a super abnormal world, we once again took on the tradition of collecting ornaments for the holiday tree. Although we miss seeing everyone together, the community came through, like always, with great handmade ornaments, and the ornaments were showcased as part of a virtual tree lighting ceremony, which also provided an opportunity to promote Small Business Saturday in support of our local merchants. The village responded quickly and effectively to the financial challenges and uncertainty brought on by the pandemic. A COVID-19 financial response plan was created and shared with the community beginning in April. The plan included reducing operating expenses by $2 million, freezing hiring, and reducing capital spending by suspending capital projects. The village pursued and received a $2.5 million CARES Act grant from the federal government that was distributed by DuPage County. And while we appreciate the efforts of elected representatives at the county, state, and federal level to secure much-needed funding for local governments during these difficult times, it is important to remember that municipal government is the one on the hook when 911 is called, when the water main bursts, or like we've seen, the snow starts falling. If we suspend, reduce, or defer services, it's felt immediately by the members of our community. As the village monitored finances closely throughout the year and continues to do so, efforts from village employees across the organization led to savings that exceeded our early plan estimates, an effort for which we're all grateful. Recent updates to the response plan have provided additional good news. Stronger than expected retail sales through the summer and fall months have made 2020 less bad. Not great, but certainly less bad. "2020 also brought a renewed focus on the challenges we face as a diverse nation, state, and community. In response to questions raised, the village offered community members an opportunity to ask questions and make comments at a public forum on policing in Downers Grove. The listening session focused on improving communication, enhancing the relationship, and furthering confidence and trust among our police department and the community they serve. The success of this engagement effort was made possible due to the expertise and cooperation of many local government partners and community members. For starters, the session was hosted by the Public Library in partnership with the village at the Park District Rec Center. Moderators for the session included Michael Childress, president of the DuPage County NAACP, and Joy Matson, an adult and teen services librarian. Active listeners included Downers Grove's village manager David Fieldman, chief of police Shannon Gillette, and School District 99 Superintendent Hank Thiele. Special thanks, too, goes out to those at the Unity Partnership for their help in planning this event. During the summer, Downers Grove was the site of Say Their Names, one of the largest marches for justice and peace in the state, led by several recent District 99 graduates and current students. The village helped facilitate a peaceful and safe exercising of First Amendment rights with no injuries, no arrests, and no damage to property. Whether for suffrage, for jobs and freedom, against the war in Vietnam, marches and peaceful demonstrations have a long and proud history of serving to raise awareness when change is needed. The Village of Downers Grove remains committed to protecting First Amendment rights for all members of the public, while also working to provide for everyone's health and safety. The pandemic did not prevent the village from advancing several important projects that will enhance our community. Key recommendations contained in the future of the downtown plan were implemented in 2020. These actions provide a future funding source for downtown investment and strengthen the partnership between Downtown Management Corporation and the village. These accomplishments were only possible as a result of time and effort from downtown business owners, property owners, and residents, and Downtown Management Corporation team, all working in cooperation with one another. Downers Grove and the village as a whole will benefit for years to come from the work that was completed in 2020. The Human Service Ad Hoc Committee report was completed and received by the Village Council in December of 2020. The report contains 14 recommendations to the Council concerning the provision of social services in our community. In the coming months, and as financial conditions allow, the village will be developing a social services referral program, identifying gaps in the provision of social services, and creating a strategy to address them. The action plan also calls for the engagement of professional qualified staff to lead these efforts. Despite the COVID-driven delays, the village wishes to offer thanks again to those residents who contributed to these recommendations, including Rebecca Campbell, Tom Connolly, Chris Gilmartin, Azizi Marshall, Kimberly Nagy, Stephanie Williams, and the committee chair, Samantha Aycock. In 2020, the village launched WaterSmart software to offer residents a modern digital portal to access detailed information about their household water use. Your village government continues to embrace lean principles and works hard to find ways to improve services our businesses and residents expect. Not only does this system allow customers to view their usage, this free service enables water customers to check for leaks, set up alerts, and receive customized recommendations on how to save water and money. And importantly, implementing this new technology not only improves service, it also eliminated the need to hire a customer service representative. The village and our partners at District 99 continued to enhance pedestrian safety at both high schools. The District 99 Pedestrian Safety Study was commissioned in 2019 to improve pedestrian safety in the areas surrounding North and South High Schools. The project was fueled by input from students, parents, residents, and stakeholders, and steered by a task force made up of village and District 99 staff. Initial enhancements, including speed limit reductions and speed feedback signage, were immediately installed prior to the start of school in 2019. Somewhat stalled by the pandemic's impact on our board and commission meetings, as well as the heightened priority of COVID operations adjustments to both the schools and the village, things are moving again, and there are over 20 additional recommended safety improvements, including the installation of new traffic signals, sidewalks, and streetlights that are now underway. For over 30 years, the village's financial work has been recognized for its accuracy, transparency, and consistency by the Government Finance Officers Association. Once again, the village has received the Distinguished Budget Award and Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting in the Comprehensive Annual Financial Report from the GFOA. The American Heart Association's Mission Lifeline EMS recognition is a program designed to showcase emergency medical service organizations across the nation for excellent heart attack care. The role of EMS in the system of care for these patients is crucial and often sets the course for the patient's outcome. For the second year in a row, our fire department was recognized by the American Heart Association with the Mission Lifeline EMS Gold Plus Achievement Award for successful collaboration with Good Samaritan Hospital in treating cardiac emergencies and strokes. The Downers Grove Fire Department is one of only 7 departments in Illinois to be so recognized, and this is a true testament to the quality of care provided by the people that serve. The ability of your village to persevere amongst the many challenges of the past year is a direct result of a data-driven strategic planning and steadfast leadership over many, many years. The solid foundation on which services are delivered was laid long before COVID-19 became part of our vocabulary. The village has held S&P Global's AAA bond rating, the highest rating issued by the agency since 2013. The police department has been recognized with gold standard accreditation with excellence through the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies, also known as CALEA, and the department has received the Meritus Award for achieving 15 or more consecutive years of accreditation. And our award-winning fire department continues with its ISO Class 1 rating. Taken together, a AAA bond rating, CALEA Gold Standard Policing, and ISO 1 fire protection, your village team is recognized for the professionalism and preparedness they demonstrate daily. For some perspective, of the nearly 1,300 municipalities in Illinois and 89,000 local governments in the United States, the village of Downers Grove is one of only a handful of municipalities across our nation to hold all 3 top honors. As we look forward, our message remains the same. The road through COVID continues to be long, crooked, and rough, and there's many more miles ahead. Vaccines will continue to come, hopefully at increasing rates, but the race between vaccinations and infections continues. The race between immunity and mutation is on. So please continue to choose to help. Practice the 3 W's religiously and make the best choices you can to minimize the spread of COVID-19. Together we can work towards a safe and healthy 2021.